And how should we approach the powerhouse of Germany, and especially in the light of the Draghi report, which made it abundantly clear that major reform is needed in European manufacturing to be competitive in this new environment? Are there opportunities there in that reset?
Absolutely. I think the Draghi report on competitiveness is spot on. And the key matter here is to realize capital market union and banking union, because to overcome fragmentation and create a truly common market also in capital flows, because all these investments in critical infrastructure, in traffic, in energy, climate, and in national security has to be also shouldered by the private sector. And that has to be mobilized and made it really attractive. So I expect that the new EU Commission will initiate initiatives to issue Euro defense bonds and Euro infrastructure bonds, and also increasing as a result the Euro as a reserve currency in a much larger way than has been the case the last 10 years. So that's a positive. And yes, sentiment, of course, is negative, as I pointed out, but don't forget the DAX index in Germany is hitting new highs, is 15% plus this year, hitting new highs. So the markets are discounting and looking ahead 1 to 2 years, and therefore I think there's a lot of value there.
Beat, speaking of Mario Draghi and the remarkable turnaround that he's achieved in Italy, are there opportunities now in the once maligned pigs, so to speak, Portugal, Italy, Greece and Spain, and has peripheral Europe turned things around to the point where we need to be owners and we need to be exposed to those markets?
Well, if you are a non-European and you want to be exposed, I would simply go for overall geographic exposure. As a matter of fact, if you want to be selective, I would rather go to the core markets around Germany, because the PIGs you mentioned, they have a spectacular performance ever since the European debt crisis in 2011, 2012. And you see it at the spreads. French sovereign debt is trading at similar spreads like Greece now these days. So they had their moment and they performed very, very strongly. So I think the real value, if you like, to be also a bit of a contrarian, is to go for the industrial powerhouse, and that's Germany. And clearly there are elections coming now in the first quarter, change of government. I think that's very good news. And then also reforming at least the debt brake, which is nonsensical and is not differentiating between social consumption and investment in infrastructure. And that is what is really needed. And that is what is going to happen and driving really markets. So the value is really in the core.